Hello my friend and welcome to Success with JS. My name is Jean-Serge. Today I'll be talking about passive income. I had a friend of mine that posted a question on my blog asking about my recommendation for passive or tips on passive incomes. So one of the first tips I'll tell you is make sure you read a lot, because that's a subject that's very broad. Things like Tony Robbins, he wrote a book called Master the Game of Money, which is a great book. Also, any books by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, Rich Dad's Prophecy, Rich Kid, Smart Kid, also Business of the 21st Century. Those are all great books. There's Dave Ramsey. There's lots of other authors, obviously. Those are the ones I know and that I've read. But anyway, so passive income. I mean, I'm not an expert, obviously, but I can give you a couple of ideas on passive income. First of all, there's interest on savings, which, is awful. A couple of years ago, you could, well, not a couple, but maybe 10 years ago, you could make maybe 8% on savings, right? But now it's 1%, 0.5%, so it's really not very, but it's safe, pretty safe, unless you have more than, I think, $100,000 in the bank. The other way of making passive income would be royalties. So if you're an author, a musician, or an actor, of course, you can make royalties. Of course, that's not available with everybody, but royalties is not is a pretty good way of making passive income if you have a best-selling book, for example, right? Rental income is another good one, except in my mind, I have friends that have successfully done that. They own 5, 10 properties. They rent them. They make $200 to $500 a month per property. And the great thing about that is over maybe the next 20 years or something, you eventually pay them all off, right? So then it becomes $1,000 or $2,000 every month. So it's good for retirement and all that. But you need to learn a lot. You need to study a lot about that. Anyways, it takes money to make money for rental income. Usually it's hard to buy your first property with no money, right? The other one is traditional business. Traditional business is great. Society accepts it very well. Anybody can start their own business. All you need is money, right? You need $50,000 to $500,000, depending on what kind of business you're starting, for inventory, for the materials, for the tools, for for hiring staff, everything else. Of course, again, that's another subject that you need to be very, very well educated on. There's tons of books. There's tons, going to university, getting your MBA and things like that. So it's all very expensive. The final way of making passive income that I personally really like is what's new over the last maybe 10 years. I mean, it's been around a long time, but it's picking up a lot of speed now, with tons of companies using this marketing method. It's called network marketing, relationship marketing, direct sales, or whatever. There's lots of different terms for it, but it's basically about getting paid to advertise a product, right? Instead of the companies paying big, advertising on TV and that kind of stuff, right? In any case, it's something to really take a serious look at. There's thousands and thousands of companies out there. There's all sorts of different things. If you're a person who really wants to get some passive income, some, recursive income is another word for it. But you should look into that really seriously. Now with the internet marketing and everything else, it's becoming, less of a difficulty for people to learn how to deal with this and all that. Anyways, I will be posting about that stuff too eventually. My tips on that, how to find a company, what companies are out there, that kind of stuff. Well, that's my tip on passive income. Don't forget to like and share this video if you found it useful. Have a great day.